Welcome back to the 150K podcast. I'm your host, Joe Graham. Today I have with me special guest, Drew Camp of the Epic Dad Co. Now, it's been kind of cool because I've been having a lot of guests that I met at the meeting that we went to for George Bryant's that retreat. That's kind of how I met Drew. But Drew, for people that don't know you like me, tell them a little bit about your background, what you're doing, and what you're doing with the Epic Dad Co.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Thanks for having me on. And just to plug George Bryant, that was just an incredible event. I think, I've spoken to a number of people since that and just like seen how it's impacted them. Plug to him. Super awesome event. If you guys don't know George, definitely go out and check out his stuff. But we're super thrilled to meet you, Joe, and come on and chat. And just a quick pitch on me is, grew up, regular family, kind of did the undergrad route. And then after school, joined the Army right away. So I did about 4 years active duty with the 82nd Airborne Division. Got to deploy to Afghanistan and have a lot of really cool experiences. And then post, the Army, have really just been in corporate America since, in like varying roles, varying levels of success. But worked for a consulting firm for a few years, a pretty big one. And then have been at a couple of different companies. And then all along the way, growing a family. So I've got two girls, 5 and 3, and a boy on the way. But even going through corporate America, I've always kind of had the entrepreneurial bug. And so that's kind of where the Epic Dad Co has come from, is, trying to take something that I'm extremely passionate about, which is being a father, which I'm sure you are too, Joe. We'll get definitely into, and then kind of marry that up with, hey, I really love sales. I really love copywriting. I really love physical product space as well. And how can I kind of marry those two, right? What am I passionate about? What do I not mind talking about all the time? That can also marry with a business.
No, that's cool. And first and foremost, thank you for your service. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, the event was great. I met a ton of people there. Like a bunch of them have actually been on the podcast now and all. But one of the cool things I like about what you're doing is a lot of people that listen to my show are in the same boat that we are right now. They're still in corporate America. They have, like you said, the entrepreneurial bug, the dream, and then they're starting to do things to come out of it. So let's start there. How do you even manage time with that? I mean, 2 daughters, you're busy with work, family life, wife, how do you manage time, or what tips can you give on that one?
Yeah, it's tough for sure. The road to entrepreneurship when you're trying to break out from, doing the corporate thing or doing the 9-to-5 thing is not going to be easy. And it definitely hasn't been for me either. I'm not like a special case. What I found like to help effective is really just you've got to figure out like what are those needle movers for the business, and then structure your day around like, what can I get done today? Something small that's going to move the ball forward, because you're not going to be able to take like 8 hours from the day to work on it.
Right.
Is like, hey, what small thing can I get done today that I know is going to move the ball forward? And then just being okay and comfortable with the pace that you're moving at. With the Epic Dad Company, like I'm probably working, 60 hours a week in my normal job. And then adding in family time on top of that, right? I want to be the best dad I can be. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't leave a lot of time. So that would be definitely like what I would focus on is, what are those big needle movers for the business? Well, first of all, what are you trying to accomplish? And then breaking it down to what are those needle movers, and like, what action can I take every single day that's going to move it forward? And just being comfortable with, like I said, it's going to take a little bit more time than if you can dedicate 40 hours a week to it.
Yeah, but that makes sense because you're building it and you want to do it right, but making sure that you're, fulfilling and doing the things you want to do. I mean, the name of your business is Epic Dad Co. It'd be bad if you couldn't be an epic dad, So, I mean, that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if I spent all my time, on the computer and just neglected my family, like we could probably move it a little bit faster, but that's kind of part of the business, right? And that's where I want my focus to be, is on my kids, on my family. So we'll move at a little bit slower pace, but just making sure we're knocking things out daily that are going to continue to move the ball forward.
Gotcha. And so what does the Epic Dad do? I know you have like a 7-day challenge, and then I believe you have a pre-workout, and I was looking on your website and also more, but give us a little bit more detail. What is the Epic Dad?
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, the original concept behind it was really just like, hey, what am I passionate about? It's my family. And then the other thing I'm passionate about too is fitness. Obviously like being in the Army for a while, I at times have been a big like CrossFit addict, and just really love like trying to stay in shape. And when you become a dad, for those fathers out there, especially with young kids, it's really easy to start to let the fitness side of the house go to the wayside.
Yep.
One, because like we just talked about, we're strapped for time. And so I really wanted to focus in on like, hey, how can we help dads be the best they can be at the home, in the office? And a lot of that really starts with taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, and really, like deciding that like, you need to focus on yourself as well, in addition to being there for your family, because if you're not at 100%, you're not gonna be able to show up for your family either. So that's kind of like the genesis behind the business. And then, we've got a lot of stuff going on, but at the end of the day, our core is fitness and nutritional supplements for dads. That's going to help you get to the gym, have an active lifestyle, so that you can be 100% for your family.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot, because I think a lot of times dads are the ones that, and moms do this too, don't take this wrong, but will sacrifice stuff for us to make sure the family's taken care of, whether that's working hard or not sleeping or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And I think what you said there was huge. And the key is, as a dad, so that you can show up for your family, you actually have to take care of yourself. You have to do some stuff.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. And it's hugely important. Like you just said, like, there've been times in my life, and I've done it a bunch, right? Where like, you're like, hey, I'll just not sleep. Right. So I can get all this stuff done. But then, you do that after a while, you're going to burn yourself out, and then you're not going to be able to be there for your family. So it's kind of like, kicking yourself in the foot there by trying to do the best you can. So I think it's taking like an active approach to self-care, to self-development, to make sure you're showing up for yourself. It's just going to make you, be a better dad overall.
So what do you do for self-care? I know you lift and then you eat right.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you do, or what would you recommend for people for self-care? Like I do.
Yeah. Great. So what I would recommend is, if you have interest on this, go join our free Epic Dad 7-Day Challenge. What it does is it's going to basically talk just about what we're chatting about. It's going to be delivered through email with just a few challenges to really help you like set your day up for success. And then really help you like plan and structure. So what I would recommend is, one, like sign up for the challenge is totally free. But what we talk about in that challenge is a couple things. And most importantly is like, structuring your day so that you can take time for yourself, and just like, where can you find that chunk of time to focus just on yourself? And some of the things that I take you through in that journey is really around like hydration. Most people are severely dehydrated and they don't even know it. And that's going to have a huge impact on the way you feel and on the way you show up. So like, that's one, like make sure you're drinking water, and easy enough. Right. Two is some type of morning routine where you can focus on yourself, like having a breathing exercise, having a meditation and visualization exercise, and then going and actually getting some exercise in the gym. Doesn't have to be at the gym, can be a walk or a run, but just making sure that you're moving your body on a daily basis is going to have a huge impact too. And then we also go into challenging yourself every day to do something that you don't want to do. That's going to help build like mental resilience and mental toughness. And the thing that I recommend in the challenge is a cold shower every day.
Yeah.
Right. I just saw you kind of shrug. Me too.
I did.
I absolutely hate doing it. But what that does is like, you could take a 30-second cold shower every day. And it's going to be something in your day to where your mind is saying like, I don't want to do this, because nobody wants to take a cold shower.
No.
But you get over it and you do it, and then you feel amazing afterwards. One, because like the cold water just feels good after you're done. But then two, you feel amazing because, you just did something that you didn't want to do, but he's going to push the ball forward. So it just kind of like continues to build that mental resilience.
Yeah.
So I know that was a lot coming at you, but
that's perfect. Cause you brought up a bunch of different stuff. First and foremost, let's talk about the cold shower. We did do the cold dip in Montana. That was crazy. I posted a video on it. Checking in my social, you'll see it. And we did that for 5 minutes. So
yeah, so cold.
I did
so
that.
Cold.
That was crazy. But like, since then I've not done another one. I need to probably push myself there a little bit. I like the,
and then you can, well, I'll say you can go like get, some type of like, dunk bath or whatever, but like those are super expensive. Right.
No, the shower works. I'm good.
Yeah. And it gets you like just as uncomfortable for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing I like that you mentioned was having the morning routine, movement, water. How much water do you recommend people should drink?
Yes, you should be drinking a gallon a day. And it seems like a lot, but when you put a focus on it and kind of like chunk that out throughout the day, it's actually not that much water. So if you have like a Nalgene bottle or something like that, where you can measure how much you're intaking, just take out a piece of notebook paper and just mark like, hey, I've had 1 Nalgene, I've had 2 Nalgenes, right? Yeah. And you'll be at a gallon before you know it. And you'll start to realize like over a couple of days of just like, holy crap, I'm feeling so much better. Like I can think more clearly. My body's feeling better. Most of us just don't even realize it, that we're severely dehydrated, and that has a huge impact.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like I have a Yeti, this I can fill up. And I think I drink 4 of them a day, which is like a little bit over a gallon. But when I don't get the water in, I know it. Like I can tell I'm
you start getting headaches,
I'm tired. The whole thing. So let's shift here a little bit. I love the fact you have the morning routine. I like the breath work, getting yourself uncomfortable, doing the different things there. So for the people that are starting out their businesses, we're going to go back to that for a little bit. And I know you mentioned like moving the needles. So do you schedule like time block, different times to do stuff? Or are you more of a, I know I had to get this done, so I'm just going to get it done at this set time? How do you structure your day?
Yeah, great question. So, I try to, like, I'm not perfect. I definitely accidentally sleep in on some days and all that stuff. But like, ideally, what I strive to do is wake up pretty early. Again, because once my day starts, like it's going to kick off. I'm busy with work, and then I'm busy with kids, and then I also want to sleep. So what I do is I start my day pretty early to allow for like some time for me, right? And that could be going through that morning routine like we talked about. But what I'll also do is write down like what are the like 1 or 2 biggest actions I can take that's going to move the ball forward for the business. Like to give you an example for today, we have a pre-workout, right? And we're designing sample packs, like single serve sticks. And today I had to finish the design work on that. And it took me about 30 minutes to kind of wrap up some loose ends on that. But I got that done this morning, and that is a huge win, right? Like before I even started my day, I knew that's what I had to get done. I put that forward. Hey, I moved the ball forward. So that's what I would do. Like a good resource too, for your listeners, if they haven't heard of him, is a guy by the name of Craig Ballantyne with a B. Okay. He has a great morning routine that really just focuses on like that for the business. Like, what are your needle movers? How are you going to structure it? But that's what I try to do, is I try to knock out this stuff that I know I'm going to have to get done before my day starts, because once my day starts, like I'm going to be super busy. And then once I'm done with work, I want to hang out with my family, with my kids,
right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I think it's just being adaptable and finding out like time structures and all for you. So like for me, one of my needle movers is doing these podcasts. And so I schedule them during the week, but I only do it 2 days a week. So my wife knows, okay, cool. And then like I was telling you, my daughter went to ballet, so it worked out well. So I'm trying to make it to where when I'm doing it, I'm not taking time away from the family as well. Just like you said, that happy balance as much as you can. And I think that's the key, because I think guys like us that are building businesses and stuff, we can get into go mode and not take time, or not like, you know what I mean? We'll just get so caught up in what we're trying to accomplish instead of the reason we're trying to accomplish it.
Yeah. And then I think too, like we can get into to a mode to where we're just doing things to do them, right? To feel busy. And when you're strapped for time, like we are, where we're trying to build a business while we're still working, you can do that and be busy, and you're not going to move the needle at all. Right. So it's really important to identify like what are those actions that are going to move the business forward. That's not just busy work, and make sure you prioritize those. Yeah.
What other books would you recommend for people?
Oh, snap, man. I didn't know we were going down the book route.
I love books. I am a huge, like right now, just to give you an idea, I'm finishing Atomic Habits. I just did,
great book. James Clear.
Yep. I just did Winning by Tim Grover. I have Vivid Vision I'm going to get into next. I like to read. So for me, I was just like, I picked my best reads.
No, I'm a big reader too. I think I just finished up Bedros' book, Bedros Keuilian. He's the owner of Fit Body Boot Camp.
Yep.
It's a book called Man Up. It's really good. It's a lot of stuff that like you've heard before, but it's just really good to sometimes get reminders, about like taking accountability, and just driving action like in the places you need to. So that was really good. Let's see, for ones that I recommend, man. I think Bader's book is good. If you're going down the physical product route, like if anyone is thinking about physical products that's outside of services, there's a guy named Ryan Daniel Moran, who's a great resource. He's got a book that he came out with last year that's called 12 Months to 1 Million. And it just really goes over like the roadmap of like, hey, how do you find good product market fit? Sorry, my kids are playing with the lights in there. How do you find good product market fit? How do you actually bring that product to market? And then really drive towards like an audience and like getting to your first 7 figures as a business. So that's a great resource. And then I'd probably say too, for physical product owners, there's a book called Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson.
I've heard that one.
Yeah, it's a great book. He breaks it out into a couple different chapters, and I've only read the first chapter because he breaks it out into businesses that are from 0 to 1 million, 1 to 10, and then 10 to 100. And I'm like, I don't need to worry about the rest of that stuff. I need to worry about chapter 1. So that's a good resource as well.
No, that's perfect. And we're not done, but I always do it in the middle. Tell people, because I know you mentioned the 7-day challenge. I know you do the pre-workout and all. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so we're most active on Instagram. It's just the Epic Dad Co is the handle. And then if you click on our link tree there, you'll see kind of all types of tap outs for, like I said, that the 7-day challenge, our goal planner that we have. And then, if you are ready to up your game in the gym, we do have links to our all natural pre-workout, which is designed like just for dads. So Instagram is definitely the best place for us.
Cool. Perfect. No, I love that. So I have this fun question I like to ask. It's kind of a little bit of a random one. But every podcast has them. And this is my favorite one. So you can go back in time as far as you want. You can go forward in time as far as you want. You can meet anyone you want, stay with them for 1 year and learn. Then you get to bring it back here. Where would you go and what would you learn?
Oh, wow. That is a fantastic question, Joe. Let's see. When I'll kind of go back to the books that I'm reading. So like I just finished up Bedros' book. Bedros has got a fantastic story of kind of immigrating to the U.S. as a child and having a lot of learning. So I may go back and hang out with Bedros, or I may go hang out with a guy named Alex Hormozy, if you've heard of Alex.
I have.
So
I know who you're talking about.
So
but
Alex is so he owns a company called Gym Launch, which they basically go in and help new gyms get more membership, right? But he is just a absolute master at creating offers. Nice. And that's a skill set that I've been working on, but I'm nowhere near an expert on. So I may, just from a business perspective, may go back and hang out with Alex while he is in super growth mode, just to understand kind of like what his sales cycle looks like, how he's creating these offers, how he's communicating these offers. And I think that would have a tremendous impact on the business of where we're at.
Did he do the $100 million offer? That's him. Okay. Yep. I knew I recognized the name, but I was like, I link people to their books more than to their name.
Yeah. Yeah. So fantastic. Another book, fantastic book there. He is just an absolute genius when it comes to presenting value. Right. And getting people to say yes to like grand slam offers. I'd probably go back and hang out with him for a year. And then I think my business would be in a completely different place.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That is definitely cool. So, because you do both. A lot of people in this space either do services like coaching or courses and stuff, and then other people do products. You do both. How do you, I guess I'm wondering, like, what's the balance there? Is it like running 2 different businesses, or is it, give us a little bit of feedback on that.
Great question. Cause that's kind of where I'm challenged, right? Because the overall mission for the Epic Dad Company is like much broader than just like, hey, take this supplement and get stronger. We want to positively impact dads. Like I truly believe that, our our declining culture that we've been seeing over the past like 5 to 10 years is a direct result because like dads haven't been doing their jobs.
Yeah. Agree.
You know, and I think like with this company, like I want to have a broader impact where we can make a generational change through like the right kind of fatherhood. And it's hard to do that with just like, you know, fitness supplements. Right. So I kind of want to bridge the gap. But yeah, that is where I'm challenged. I think I want to reach a broader market than people that are just interested in the gym. And so that's where I've started to have these challenges, you know, and a little bit of content come through. And hopefully what that's going to do is provide that value for our potential customers. And hey, when they're ready to start hitting the gym, like we're there for them. So, but I'm challenged with that, Joe. I am like, I've considered, you know, hey, do I set up some type of course or do I have some type of like membership community, or coaching, you know, but at the end of the day, like, I think where my skill set lies is in like the physical product space and like knowing how to grow brands that way. And so I want to focus most of my time there. And then, but still, like I said, be able to have a bigger impact by offering that content and service that's going to reach a broader market.
Yeah. Well, and it might be because I know a lot of different groups that do stuff with dads, like just in the Facebook world of people I know. Maybe it's something in the future where you are the product-based branding 7-day challenge thing, but then you can even connect with another person that maybe focuses more on developing the other aspects of it. I don't know, just brainstorming there. That just
I think that's,
in my head.
I think that's, I think that's where we'll ultimately go. Like I've been trying to make some good relationships with just, like you said, just other dads that are kind of in the coaching space, you know, and, you know, hopefully go on their podcast and all that stuff and kind of connect there. And then, just have them try the product, like see that it's going to be, you know, an absolutely quality product that like I'm super proud of, that they'd be proud to share with their audience and, you know, almost leverage that audience, right? It'd be like the go-to as far as supplements.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. Are you going to be doing any more supplements besides the pre-workout?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So just to key your audience in. So the pre-workout that we have is called TEDCO PRE. Like TEDCO is the Epidadco for short, right? So TEDCO PRE. And it is an all natural pre-workout that when you look at like most pre-workouts in the market, they're going to have all type of fillers, all type of stuff that you probably shouldn't be taking on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, Jeff, you were a big, like in working out and stuff, but I remember taking like C4 and like Jack 3D and all this stuff, like back when my like mid 20s that are just terrible for you. And then, you know, like as I've gotten older, I realized like, hey, I got to start taking care of my body a little bit more. And like the supplements that I take need to reflect that. So the pre-workout is an all-natural pre-workout. It's just 7 ingredients. It's stuff that you can take every single day to support overall health. And then that's just the first product we brought to market. We've had it in the marketplace for a little over a month and getting some incredible feedback from it. And so the plan from here is to broaden out the product line. One on the fitness side. So looking at like an intra workout with essential amino acids, and then looking for a post workout as well. And then we're going to broaden it even further into nutritional supplements. And so the first couple we have on the roadmap there is a hydration mix that you can, like we just talked about, you know, water, right?
Yep.
Drinking water, especially in the morning. So just then you can rip open, throw in your water in the morning. That's going to get you a little bit energized. And what that's going to be is some ingredients that are going to help support natural free testosterone. Like just, you know, designed for us dads that are starting to age a little bit.
Yep.
And then additionally, we're going to have a greens powder that's all natural. So you can make sure you get all your vitamins in. And then finally is a nootropic blend. That's going to be for focus at the office, right? Because part of being the best dad you can be is making sure you provide. And so whether you're at the office or running your business, want to be able to focus. So I think eventually we'll have like a broad range of solutions that's really just to help you like on your journey to be the best dad you can be.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's good. Yeah. And I work out, but I use protein. That's it. Now, when I was younger, my workout routines would be Monster energy drinks and then just go throw up whatever I could like push or do. And now that I'm older and smarter, it's a lot more, you know, okay, my wife has all these supplement stuff I take. Yeah. It's a lot better than what it was before. What other words of wisdom do you want to give to, like, say, first-time entrepreneurs or even salespeople? Because I know you're in that whole space anyway. any other thoughts or anything?
Yeah. So I think one thing, so I have like a little bit of direct, in-person selling experience, but I think where I've got the most experience is online. And where I'm trying to build the skill set. And like I said, I'm not an expert by any means, but have gotten better and will continue to get better, is copywriting. And so how can you take that skill set of selling in person and just put that on paper? Mm-hmm. So that's something that I dive into quite a bit and try to study. And like I said, Alex Hormozy would be like an amazing person to read up on. And really like in copywriting and online sales is just around like, hey, what is the value that you can provide in this? And then to make it like a no-brainer offer. So that's where I'm continuing to work. That's what I would say. If you have any of your audience that's trying to build like an online business, is just, how can you tilt that value equation, right? To where it feels like, hey, I'm getting so much value from this at this price that it's a no-brainer offer.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And I have a lot of coaches and a lot of salespeople and different people like that, business owners that are doing it. And something that I always tell them about, which I think you agree, is it's just remember it's the person you're talking to, and remember you get that connection. So, because I think that's the thing that a lot of times people just get too quick with. They try to sell before they make the connection and the value, like you were mentioning. So yeah, no, totally agree with you on that, my friend. Awesome. Well, I've appreciated having you on the show. Thank you again and all. And last fun question. Let me see here. I just wanted to think of something random to throw at you just for fun. So since you're a dad, what do you do? What is your favorite way to relax?
My favorite way to relax. Oh, man.
That has to be you. It has to be for you to relax. It can't be taking my wife on a date or something like that. It has to be something for you. I'm being specific because I think most guys don't think of this.
Yeah. Like for me, I love when, so Alex Sharpton was at our event, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's got this old thing that's like, I forget what he calls it. He's your entrepreneurial hunter or something like that.
Evolutionary hunter.
Evolutionary hunter, right? And one of the things that he said would qualify you as an evolutionary hunter is basically like, hey, can you turn it off? And like, if you're an evolutionary hunter, it's like, no, I can't turn it off. Like my brain's always going, right?
Yep.
And so it's very hard for me to just be like, sit back and just like, all right, I'm just gonna relax. But one thing that I do is like the gym, is working out or is going for a run. I love going for runs. I'm not good at running by any means, but just something where I can like just pound out the pavement a little bit, put some headphones in, or even go for a run without headphones and just kind of let my thoughts wander. But anything that's going to be some physical activity is just going to like help me relax. And like, it's a noticeable difference where I have that activity during the day and where I don't,
Yep. No. And I agree with you. So yeah. And I probably should have termed it a little bit better. It doesn't mean you have to sit on the couch and watch Netflix, because I think most people that I've been interviewing, they don't typically do that. I mean, my wife and I will watch a show every now and then, but overall, you know what I mean? It's just like you're busy, you're doing stuff, but having that time to where you can just recharge, however that is. So like I'm the same way. If I can lift weights, I feel good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I can't, I don't.
Yep.
But I appreciate you being on again, Drew. Thank you so much. And for all of you listening to the 150K podcast, please go like, share, and send this episode to any dad, father, or even future father that you may know, because they need to do this and listen and check it out. Also, if you can like on Spotify, Spotify, Apple, or any of those places, that would be great. And until next time, I'm Joe Graham with the 150K podcast, where we help take your dreams to six figures and beyond. Keep having a great day.